Hopefully you guys don't mind me eating just a little bit. You guys can like and share, like and share. I am eating a little bit while I'm on this live. I'm like really, really hungry. So hungry. I had a salad and some hard boiled eggs, but I'm like, I need a little bit more food. I was on a little bit earlier and we were talking a little bit about male centeredness, and then people started to annoy me and I got off. But I'm back on now. Hopefully, you guys are still up and energized. So, oh, that's not very sweet. Pretty sour. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about male centeredness, how to defeat male centeredness, debunking male centeredness, what is it, and how is it affecting the community of women. So, essentially speaking, male centeredness is, in a way, I feel like all women are kind of naturally male centered until they decide to not be male centered. The reason why I say this is because the competition between women, the competition between women comes from survival, right? Competing to get near the guy who is like, I guess, has the most finances, has the most resources, um, competing to get near that guy for a form of protection, right? So the competition between women is, that's what the basis of the competition between women. It's based on getting near a man for shelter and protection. Remember, because in the past men couldn't work. So, I mean, women couldn't work. So because of that, you had to be under the protection of a guy in order to be safe. Now, although those times are over, right, and women are working and women are able to make their own money and women are able to do their own thing, it's still embedded in the psyche of a woman to compete for men. And I'm going to give you guys an example of male centeredness at its finest. And it doesn't have an age, by the way. Male centeredness, it doesn't have an age. Anybody can be male centered, any woman can be male centered. It's just a way of being where the validation of men is what turns you against other women. So a lot of women don't have a problem with you. They have a problem with the attention that you will get from men when you're in the same room as them. And that is what they're using as their basis. Okay, and I'll give you guys an example of this. I was working for a firm. This was in like 2020, like 2020. I had a female boss at this time. She was terrible, very verbally abusive towards everyone, towards men and women. But I was working with her. She was my manager, my boss. She was probably like 65 at the time. And I remember there was a group of men that walked in, and these men were like multi-million dollar men. They build buildings, like high-rise buildings. Like, I don't know if any of you guys are from Miami or Florida, but like those tall buildings that you see when you're driving to Miami Beach, they build those. Like their company builds those buildings from the ground up. So they're very wealthy. So these two men come in because they may possibly be a part of the firm. And they come in and she introduces these men to everybody on the floor but me. I thought it was so strange. She introduced these men to the receptionist. That's a couple stations from me. She introduced the men to the new marketing guy. She even opened the doors and introduced them to some of the independent contractors in the firm. But she walked when she was approaching my cubicle, she like walked right past it really, really quickly. And she's never done that before. She always introduces new people to me. But it's like, again, for women, even if they're older than you. Mind you, this woman was 65. She's already been married at that time. She was married. She had kids, but she just didn't want me to get that kind of attention. And it's weird because you're married with children. Like, why are you avoiding me interacting with certain men if you're already married and you already have children? But that male centeredness that's embedded in women, they just don't want you to get attention from men. It just makes them feel uncomfortable. Even if they're married, you getting or older than you or already divorced or they're in a relationship, just you getting attention from men makes them feel annoyed. It's really weird. So when I noticed that, what was this person comment? Had a grown lady at work did the same thing to me. She introduced the guy to everybody but you. It was a man. Mm-hmm. Introduced the guy to everybody but you. So make sure you guys like, and share the live, please. And I am taking questions on male centeredness. Let's try to stay on topic tonight, though. So if you guys have any questions on male centeredness, a male centered friend, how to build relationships with women, how to find what woman to befriend, how to rid yourself of male centeredness, any questions in regards to this subject, please feel free to ask. I'm going to stay on for a little bit tonight because I want to get to you guys. Um, so the men walked right past me, right? And I guess one of the guys, he saw me and he caught my eye and he's like, "Hey, wait, who's this?" And she's like, "Oh, wow, sorry, I forgot to introduce you." So then she introduced the guy to me. And then when he was walking away, he just winked at me and he left. Now, what did him winking at me mean? He wasn't winking at me to be flirty. I always tell women, men are not stupid. They can tell when you're being petty. A lot of women think that men don't know your behavior or they can't see what you're doing. So he noticed that what she did to me, he noticed that that was rude. And he saw it. It was obvious to him, and men, especially men who are anybody who's super successful, men who are super successful, women who are super successful, they're very good with the eyes. They can read the room. They can easily put two and two together because you got to understand, super successful people have to be on guard. They have to know how to read people. They have to know how to read environments because they are the target of society because they're successful. If you guys think that successful people are stupid, successful people have more street smarts than your local drug dealer. Successful people have a lot of street smarts because people want to be where they are. So they have to know successful people are not stupid. I'm telling you, you can meet a 75-year-old white woman who's successful and has a huge business, and she has the same street smarts that the biggest thug in your neighborhood has because they have to protect their lives, they have to protect themselves, they have to protect their assets. So they have to know how to read people and they have to know how to smell BS. So the reason why he winked at me, it wasn't like a flirty wink. It was a I got you wink. That was the wink that he was giving me. Like, I see what she's doing. Like, I got you. Right? Because she was trying to essentially single me out and make me, like an elephant in the room is what she was trying to do. And he saw that and he spotted that. And then they ended up joining the firm. And I would have conversations with them here and there. Very cool guys. Two very, very chill. Hmm. Hmm. Hold on, y'all. I think I have something stuck in my teeth. Hold on. I hate these little seeds. The blackberries have like these very, 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 very annoying seeds. And the seeds kind of get stuck in between your teeth. But yeah. Um, What did you do at the company? I was a marketing manager for that company. So, she did that, and again, it's weird to me. It's like you're married, you have a child. This was years ago, you guys. This was like 6, 7 years ago, but like about 5, 6 years ago. It's like you're married, you have a child, you're almost, in your 70s. Like, why are you doing this? But now that I'm older and wiser, it's the male centeredness, not want. It's just the way women feel when a woman is getting male attention. They just can't ride with that. They can't vibe with that. So what they do is they sabotage you to ensure that men don't pay you any attention. This is why some of you ladies don't get invited out. It's because they don't want you to get attention. They don't want you to get attention from men. I had this one manager. This was years ago. I was probably, at that time, I would say I was 19. I was working at a doctor's office. This woman introduced her husband to everybody in the staff but me. It was so weird. Like, she introduced him to everyone. She walked right past my station and then she left. And one of my colleagues at the time, he's a guy, and his dad is actually the one that owns the office, because his dad's the doctor. And he told me, why didn't she introduce her husband to you? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, he got into, but women, they just don't want any male attention on you. And because of that, what they will do is they will try to ruin your reputation so men find you less desirable. That's another major thing of male-centered women. You're Kim K. I'm not Kim K. So another thing that they'll do, women who are male-centered will also try and make you undesirable to other men. So I'm about to drop a gem. Are you ladies ready to hear this? It happens to women a lot more often than not, and they don't know. A lot of you ladies, that man that just stopped talking to you, this happens to women all the time. Your friend probably put a bug in that guy's ear about you, or sent some type of anonymous text, or said some type of lie about you, and he just stopped talking to you. That happens so often. Women who are male centered want to destroy your reputation so men can see you as undesirable. That's why I'm always telling women, when you're handling your business, when you're dating, I prefer to keep girlfriends out of that kind of stuff. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Um, there are certain rules. I guess I'll share this, but probably I'll probably keep that behind a paywall. There are certain boundaries that women have to have in friendships that are like these weird things, but you have to do them. Not because you don't trust your girlfriend, but again, the way women are, you have to judge according to how they are at their baseline. Remember, I had conversations with you guys about baseline. So, what does that mean? I'm not saying to not have friends, to not have girlfriends, to not be connected with other women. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you have to move with people according to the traits of their gender. So, for example, it's like a car. A car is a car, meaning if you don't get the oil change, it'll heat up and it'll probably stop working. That's just the genetic makeup of the car. It doesn't matter if it's a luxury car. It doesn't matter if it's a Benz or a Toyota. It doesn't matter if it's a Bentley or a Nissan. At the end of the day, a car is a car. A car needs to have its oil changed at a particular time. And if you don't change the oil on time, the car will start acting up. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to women, at the end of the day, she could be a great friend, she could be wonderful, she could be supportive, she could be kind, she can be all these amazing things, but at the end of the day, she's still a woman. She's still a woman, which means she's still prone to certain things, to certain feelings. So sometimes if you are, for example, if the guy that is your friend's type is talking to you, she may sabotage that. Or subconsciously sabotage that because you're dating the type of guy that she would want to be with. So, one of the boundaries that I always say to have with friends is to never involve them in your romantic affairs. That's just my personal opinion. Mm-mm. I don't talk to women about stuff like that. I don't recommend it because sometimes they'll send an anonymous text, an anonymous DM. That was, and it's so crazy. That's what I was about to say. So one of the okay, so a person that I used to watch her content. She's an OG. And I left a comment on one of her videos. And her response to it was very, very, very rude. It was kind of like, it did make me think about her sideways a little bit because I've noticed that sometimes when I comment on women's stuff from my account, they try to, like, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes they'll try to act funny with their responses. And again, this goes back to, again, jealousy and male centeredness in women. Women are very jealous. So if they look at the screen and they just see your profile picture and they see that you're attractive, they will purposefully disagree with you. They will purposefully shade you in their response. They will purposefully respond to you nastier than they would respond to someone else. I noticed these traits in women. And when I saw her do that, it kind of made me look at her a little sideways because my platform is bigger than yours. Not using that as a jab, but I actually liked you. And the way that you're acting, this weird energy, it's given you feel triggered and insecure. You feel less than. That's what it's giving. Anytime a woman responds so harshly, it's like, are you triggered? Do you feel insecure? Did you go on my page and see me and you're like, I don't know. Did I make you feel some type of way? Because I know women, they live in a perpetual state of inferiority and insecurity. So anything causes them to go off the deep end. So let me tell you what happened. So she was talking about like how weird people act towards her guy that she's with and how people are like being strange and stuff toward the guy that she's with. I'm guessing the guy is very successful or whatever. So I literally commented and I said, this is why I don't recommend for women to bring their men, their husbands, their fiance and stuff in too much of a close proximity with your friends. I don't think it's a good idea because some women want what you have. Some women can be your friend and they want what you have. And they will keep hanging out in threes where it's you, your man, and her. And then she will start making advances at your man sometimes, especially if he's a guy that has what she wants. If he's like a guy that is in high demand, high value men are in high demand. Or not even just that, if she's harboring a resentment or a jealousy towards you, she can also purposefully try to make passes at him just to annoy you. So I commented and I'm like, wow, this is why I always say, I don't recommend bringing your men around women. And she glanced at the screen like this and she saw my profile picture and she's like, oh well, I don't mind bringing no man around my friends. I'm not insecure. Are you implying that I'm insecure? Because I know a lot about what you did and it's given very much insecure, but I'm gonna let you have it this time. I'm gonna let you have it because I try to be, I try to play nice in a way, not nice, but I try to not take it there with women because if I do, you're gonna get shredded and it's gonna get ugly. So I try to just let them have it because if I respond and I retaliate, it's just not going to be good. And there are a lot of women that are cosplaying, and with the stuff I know, I'm the worst person to just be nasty to. It's not a good idea because I got a lot on you. And I don't save things for the future, but a lot of women, they have this holier than thou, above superiority um air about them. And they're living a double life, right? They're living a double life. So they are trying to present themselves in a manner that they are not. And then when they see a woman appear on the screen, especially if they feel like the woman's attractive, they try to sun you because they feel immediately insecure. They try to sun you. And then it's like, if I sunned you, you would never show up online again with the stuff I know. But that's what I'm saying is with women, there's a lot of cosplaying with them. And it's almost like they force your hand into certain things because of the lack of emotional intelligence and etiquette. If I'm saying, that's why you got to be careful with bringing men around your friends and stuff. I never think it's a good idea. And to respond like, "Oh, I'm not insecure." Like are you implying I'm insecure? It's like, okay. But again, these are the weird things. Like, women, looks are so important to women. They feel so triggered when a woman is attractive. Their whole demeanor changes. I'm seeing it. I watch it. Their mannerisms change, their demeanors change, everything changes. And it's like, what is wrong with you? Like, if what someone has or the way someone looks just immediately triggers that nasty demonic spirit in you, and you're supposed to be okay, whatever. This is why even when I make bookings, like hair bookings, nail bookings, lash, I never do it from my page because women are so weird. I never book my services, nothing. I just show up. I never book nothing from any of my handles. I remember I booked a woman from one of my handles. I booked a woman to do my makeup. I don't know if I shared this story. I booked a woman to do my makeup and I forgot I paid her from one of my level up accounts. I have separate accounts for everything. And I paid her from my level up account via Zelle. I didn't know that Zelle shows you. Okay, so let me know if any of you guys do it. I do it. I think I spoke about this in the finance boss class. Do you guys label your bank accounts? Like, I label my bank accounts. Like, it'll say Mel's personal account, Mel's savings account, emergency account. Like, I go in and I rename the account. It doesn't say ending in 1801 or checking one, checking two, savings one, savings three. I don't do that. I relabel it so I know what's going where, right? So I can move funds around. So I paid this makeup artist from one of my accounts. I didn't know that with a bank that I bank with, I thought it would have just said Zelle from Mel, checking ending in 1 1 or whatever. I didn't know that it would show the label of the name of the account that it's coming from, meaning level up account. I didn't know it does that. And once I found out, I completely switched that out. So I get there to do my makeup. She was doing my makeup and she was doing my mom's makeup too. My mom usually doesn't like getting her makeup done, but I told my mom, let's just go, let's just get it done. Like, it'll save time. So we get to her place, to her house, and we're waiting outside for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, that's okay. Did she not know we were coming? Like, okay. We go in and we sit in the chair, and the vibe is kind of off for me. I can feel energy, I can sense energy very well. And the reason why I don't really like going to a lot of women for my beauty services is because of What do you mean? I'm curious. Why does it bother you if the woman that is not family or friend? I don't understand what you mean. So we go there, and with women, it's like because they get triggered so quickly and they feel insecure so quickly, and they lack emotional control and emotional intelligence, they will start acting aggressive or abrasive with you based on just like off the bat. Like it's really weird. So we walk in there, and I sit down and I tell her, okay, I want my makeup done like that. And I'm getting my makeup done first because I have a call to get on. So I get my makeup done. I'm like, Mom, I'm going to get my makeup done. Once I'm done, I'm going to go in the car and take the call while she's doing your makeup. So as I'm sitting there, you guys know I'm very good at reading women. I'm good at reading women and men, but I'm a pro at reading women. I'm a pro because women are textbook. And because they're textbook, it's so easy for men to manipulate them. Men will give you a couple surprises here and there. You know, it takes a lot. You have to do a lot of research to understand men because men are very sporadic. They're not very, they're not by the books. Women are by the books. Like if a woman, if you reject her friendship, she's going to run a smear campaign on you. If you look better than her, she's probably going to try to do something. Like women kind of use the same playbook, so it's very easy to figure them out. With men, yeah, they use the same playbook too, but there's a couple of random chapters in there too, right? So, okay, so I sit in the chair and the energy is just off. She's like, "So, what did you do for what did you do last year?" I'm like, last year like I did X, Y, and Z." And then she's like, "Oh, well, what are you going to do this year?" And I'm like, "Oh, this year I'm going to do X, Y, and Z." She's like, "Okay. Do you have a boyfriend? Are you married? Are you?" And she kept going and going and going. And then I kind of paused and I just stopped answering her. Like I just act like she didn't say anything. Women are weird. Let's be honest. They're very weird. Like it's like they don't, it's the social skills. They don't have that. So when she starts to ask me all these questions, like, I mean, back to back questions like this. Like, I don't even have the time to answer. It's like an invasion of privacy, like the Cardi B album, an invasion of, like, I am a client. I'm here to do my makeup. You don't get to interview me. You're here to do my makeup and the best job at that. You are not here to get in my business. And that's where, that's where sometimes women will think I'm mean. I don't allow women to invade my space. We're not friends. I don't give to you what I would give to a friend. I don't give to you what I would give to my mother. I don't give to you what I would give to someone who knows me personally. I don't give that to you, right? So she's like asking me all these questions, and I'm like, why is she asking me all these questions? Like, I'm just here to do my makeup. This is very overwhelming, right? So then I kind of get cold, right? I kind of get cold. The energy shifts and she feels it. And then she asked me, "Oh, well, what that account that you paid me from, what was that about?" She was asking me a bit about the account name. That's what I'm saying. Women are very jealous. So they're always looking to compare themselves to you in a certain way. That's why women like to find out information about other women. Because based on what you tell them, it's going to help them compare themselves to you and help them decide, okay, who's farther ahead than the other. That's why women have an obsession with getting in your business because they're trying to keep score. They're always comparing themselves. So they need to keep score. That's what, like me, I don't ever ask women all those questions about their personal life because I don't care. If it's not a girl chat call, or a mentee where I'm trying to find out info or women who are close to me in my personal life, I don't care to know all that about you. It doesn't, I rather not know it. I rather not talk actually because I like to be alone. But I'll talk because it's a social setting. But I'm not going to get in your business. I allow women to open up to me over time. if they decide to. They may not decide to open up to me at all. And if they don't, that's okay. I'm not intrusive. I don't have ulterior motives. So I allow women to take their time when they're trying to open up to me. It's not forced. It's not forced. It's just like, okay, if she tells me, she tells me. If she doesn't tell me, she doesn't tell me. I will allow her to open up to me at her own pace. I have social skills. So then after that happened, I get off the chair, I leave. She doesn't do my makeup the way that I wanted it. She does it the complete opposite. I literally had to go home and redo the eyeshadow, redo the lips, redo the contour. Complete waste of money. I had to redo everything because I'm one of those people where I like things to be done in a particular manner. And if I show you a picture of a job, you already did this makeup look before because I showed you the picture from your page. But she did the complete opposite. And then when she does my mother's makeup, I was already out in the car, so I wasn't there. When my mother gets in the car, my mother tells me that when she was done with my mom's makeup, she just told my mom, okay, you're done. Like that. You're done. That's what she told my mother. And these are the behaviors that women have that get them rejected. That's why I made that video on why some women get rejected. These behaviors get them rejected. Lack of emotional control, lack of emotional stability, lack of customer service, lack of clientele, lack of respect. Women are lacking in so many areas, but society lets women get away with everything because honestly, they don't really give a F about you, if I'm being honest. We're in a patriarchal society, so they don't care. They're like, men are going to keep running the world, so we don't care if women don't have social skills. We don't care if women tear each other apart. We don't care if women are rude and have bad manners. At the end of the day, we're never going to give them power. So we don't care what they do. And that is a shame. That should be an embarrassment. If, as a woman, if you're listening to this, that's embarrassing. They don't care that much that they don't even care to tell you what I'm telling you right now. And that's why some women sometimes will feel like my content is triggering. They will feel like my content is triggering. Look at what this woman says. She's already triggered. She says this is misogyny disguised as level up content. You see, she's triggered because I'm talking about the low level behaviors of women. So she's triggered. Women don't want to be told about what they're doing wrong. That's why the community of women is the way it is. People don't care to tell you because you're going to say, look, you're calling it misogyny. I'm telling you that when a woman has a lack of social skills and she's rude and nasty because she lets her insecurities get in the way, that can mess her up business wise. And because I'm stating that correction, you're telling me that it's misogyny. This is why people don't tell women anything. That woman, she's probably going to get ghosted. If she's not married or if she doesn't have a boyfriend, she's going to get ghosted. She's going to be dating men and they're going to keep ghosting her. People are going to ghost her. Friends are going to ghost her. People are going to ghost her because you can't tell her anything. Anything that you tell her, it gets twisted into you just don't like me or you're just trying to come at me because she doesn't want to hear about herself. So that is why women get ghosted and all these things because they don't want to hear the truth. So she literally told my mother, okay, you're done. And I'm like, and my mother tells me this, and I'm like, why would she do that? Right? So I'm guessing, oh, you married a millionaire. Girl, bye. You don't even have a profile picture up. Bye. Married a millionaire. What does that have to do? There's going to pull that stunt. Bye, girl. Please. Married a millionaire. What? You? Let's see your picture, babe. Send me an email. I want an email with the photo, the height, the weight, dress size, proof. Call me Kevin Samuels, babe, please. And you see, women are so male centered that they're always using men to prove their value. Okay, you married a millionaire. Okay. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? What does that have to do with what we're talking about? Why are you using a man to validate your value? Like, oh, I married a millionaire. Okay, so because you married a guy who's a millionaire, does that make you immune to what we're talking about? Does that make you superior to what we're talking about? Does that make you immune to us talking about the things that are happening in the community of women? Like, why are you using a man to separate you from the topics that we're discussing. That's not nice. I know I'm not nice, ma'am. You didn't know that? I have a bunch of videos on not being nice. You should Google them. Your level up guru, put nice, and you'll see all the videos of me telling people to not be nice. I'm not nice. Women are not supposed to be nice, neither are men. Nice is a facade. Nice is manipulation. Nice is not defending yourself when people disrespect you. I'm not nice. You should watch my videos on that. Okay. Anyways, so this makeup artist, she told my mother, "Okay, you're done. You can go. You can go." And I'm like, that is not customer service at all. But you want to know what happened? She went, she looked up the name of my account. She probably saw my stuff and felt triggered for whatever reason and decided to give me and my mother that kind of customer service. Now, what made it worse is after that happened, when she did my makeup, she did like a mini video. And I told her, I said, "Hey, can you send me the video?" Because I wanted to post it. She left me on red. She left me on red. When I asked her for the video. She left me on red. I'm like, okay, well, not going to her again, right? But that's the male centeredness that I'm talking about. The minute they feel like you're any form of competition, for some women, it's not even beauty competition, it's intellectual competition. Some women will not like you because you're just a smart woman, and they feel like you're little girling them by being intelligent, right? That's another internalized misogyny that a lot of women have, is they don't like smart women, right? That's another thing. So she started asking me, hmm, she started asking me all these questions. Now, there's another woman I know that's popular also online, that the lady that she was going to do her brows, I guess she would talk to this lady about her personal business. And the lady didn't know that she was an online person, a big online person with like millions of followers. And this lady was leaking some of their personal conversation to blogs. And in my head, I'm like, you don't talk to people who do your services about your personal life. And when they start digging, you stop answering because, you're not there for that. That's why I always have my headphones on, because I don't want to go into details about my life. Like, that's not what I'm here to do. So, people will build a platform off of exposing another person. That is how they get followers. So you have to be aware that some people will build a platform off of attempting to expose you. And, things change. Things change because it's like, especially if you're like growing online, you can't even really make friends the way other people typically make friends, because you always have to have in the back of your mind, is this person trying to be my friend because they genuinely want to be my friend, or is this person being my friend because they know I have online presence and they're trying to connect themselves to me to gain information? It's like you always have to have that in the back of your mind. And with being a woman, it's worse, because usually 9 times out of 10, women always want what another woman has. They always want what another woman has. So if you have anything going for yourself, they will feel like they deserve to one up you on that thing. Who was the person that I saw? Who was the scuttlebutt that I saw? I think it was a scuttlebutt between, and no hate for any of the women because I don't know them. I saw the scuttlebutt with the whole gorgeous doll thing, and there was a woman that did like this whole series exposing her, saying that She allegedly had a drug problem. And I'm like, oh my God, this kind of stuff would never happen to me because I have boundaries. If I'm choosing to enter a friendship with a woman, there will be a lot of boundaries because usually when a woman falls out with you, she's going to go and start telling you business. That is the textbook nature of a lot of women. It's textbook. When they stop being friends with you, if you end on bad terms and they're male centered, and you end over a man that maybe you guys both liked, or a man that you got with that she secretly wanted, they will use that as an opportunity to go online and put out your personal business. I know this stuff. So I have certain boundaries with women. I don't tell them anything that they think that they can get some type of leverage on, baby. If I got a problem, I'm going to go to my therapist and talk to him about it or her about it, not you. Because again, I have to always keep in the back of my mind the baseline behaviors. The smear campaign. Exactly. Had an incident with a makeup artist that never posted the content after she said she was, but post celebrities. Just because I don't have a million followers doesn't mean that I'm less than. I mean, it's stupid. Like, if you're a makeup artist and you love your work and you love what you do, you'll post everyone. Like, a celebrity, not celebrity, you're posting your work. Your work, having content and material to show people these are the faces I do. This is the kind of work that I do. That's what it comes down to. This is not misogyny. This is corrective criticism. As a woman, your content has gotten me together mentally, physically. Well, that's what it's here for. I think we have enough filler kid glove content. Like, women need to hear the truth so they can fix whatever's wrong. Women need to hear what they need to hear. So that kind of like goes back to the whole male centeredness thing that I'm telling you about, is me having to book beauty services. I can't book beauty services from my handles because it's just they just start acting weird. Like, I just can't do that. There was this one lady that I was speaking to on my TikTok account about purchasing a dog. It was about a golden retriever. And I'm thinking about getting a pet or two pets. And it was about a golden retriever. And we were texting like around like 11 in the morning. And she's like, oh wow, I forgot about my coffee. She's like, oh, yeah, we're texting around 11. And then once it hit 12, I went to sleep. So she texted me about 11:45. She's like, okay, like how soon would you want it? I read it and I'm like, oh, I'm falling asleep. I'm gonna just respond in the morning. My phone keeps buzzing and buzzing and buzzing and buzzing. I check it around 3 a.m. and she's like, okay, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, I just sent you a question. I just wanted to ask you about, when, how soon you wanted it. I don't understand why you're not responding. I need to know because you just made me send you all that, for no reason. And this is the thing, when women get in proximity, even if it's virtually, to a woman they deem as a threat, they will use that slight opportunity to bully you. They will use whatever opportunity is given to them. They know they'll never meet a person like you in person. They'll never see you in person. They'll most likely never encounter you. But because it's online, it's like, oh, well, let me use this opportunity. And I responded to her. I said, excuse me, ma'am, you're supposed to be a professional. I said, you got almost 500,000 followers. You're supposed to be a professional. This is not professional. You're supposed to be a professional breeder. If I am in my bed, I have the right to wait to respond to you. You don't get to tell me when to respond to you. Like, what is wrong with you? And she's like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I said, what is your problem? Like, who does that? Who blows someone up at 3 in the morning talking about BS like that? I am sleeping. I have the right to respond to a message when I wake up. And guess what? I have a right to not respond to it the next day. I could respond to it to the day after. You're supposed to be a professional. But most women have a hard time with professionalism. because they have a hard time with maturity. Being professional requires you to be mature. It requires you to have a level of emotional intelligence. Regardless of how threatening you find a woman, you own a business. You don't do that. That's why it's very hard to have women as managers. It doesn't matter how threatening you find your employee. You don't get to treat her differently than you treat everybody else. And then after she did that, I just blocked her. Too bad for you. I would have bought that puppy and promoted you and promoted it all over my page, but and I just blocked her. I'm like, this lady's weird. I don't even want to purchase an animal from you. Like that puppy would probably start like ripping apart my furniture because of the source where it came from. Like that puppy, if I purchased that puppy from her, just the energy, that puppy was probably going to tear apart my furniture and bite up my, my furniture and start, biting the side of my china. Like, I was just like, you know what? I'm just not, that's just, I don't want it from you. Like, no offense to the baby. Animals are so cute, no offense to the beautiful puppy baby, but that baby, if I got it from you, first of all, now you are going to know where I live, which is an absolute no. Because for you, so you can go online and drop my address, that would have been an absolute no. And then for the pup to start urinating everywhere or have some type of infection that you don't tell me about, like I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna just block her and I'm gonna just find another breeder because that was just too weird for me. But that's what I'm saying. It's a male centeredness. It's always in a woman's mind. I don't want anybody to know. Chris Brown, oh my God. Chris Brown made a tweet about this. He was like, you makeup artists and hairstylists are some haters because you guys never tag your baddest clients. He made a tweet. He said, you guys never tag your baddest clients. Social media is a great way to make connections. He's like, you guys are so weird. You guys post everybody, but the minute you post your baddest client, you never at them. He was saying the makeup artist and the hairstylist never at them. And again, they do that on purpose because they don't want any men to slide in your DMs from what they posted about you. And again, men know this stuff. I keep telling women, men know about the whole male centeredness. They know about the things that women do to other women in regards to men and male attention. They know it. I've had makeup artists do that to me. Never tag me. Or I'll go get my makeup done with someone and they'll tag that person and post their picture, but they won't post mine. Mm, I've had that happen plenty of times. And then once I start to notice that pattern, I stop going to that person because the energy is off. The energy is off. Once I notice that, I don't ever go to that makeup artist again because you can't have someone who's envious touching your face. Yeah, the vibes are off. If the vibes are off, I think something like this happened to me before. When did this happen? I'm trying to think. Hair, I don't really have anyone do my hair. I do my own hair now. Nails, my Vietnamese guy, he's amazing. He's in college. He's such a sweet boy. He's so sweet and kind. He's the best. He's great. My lash lady, she's great. She's just like me. I go in, I say, hi, how you doing? She said, I'm good. How you doing? I said, I'm good. And I just lay down and then we just don't talk for 3 hours. And she's Brazilian. So I don't understand her. She can't understand me. All I do is show her a picture and she said, okay. And that's it. So that's never a problem. The lash lady I had before that, um, I had a dream about her feeding me. And after I had that dream, I'm like, I'm not going to go back there. Can you find friends who aren't envious? Well, I mean, you can, but there's levels. Like, envy is not just about the way somebody looks. Sometimes envy is about your light. It could be about your intelligence. It could be about the fact that you have a good heart. It could be about your resilience. Like, it can come from anything. It can come from anything. So it's like, I can't even tell you. Like, it's hard. Like, the woman has to be very secure in herself. She has to really like herself. She has to be very confident in herself. And she has to be able to handle if somebody's doing better for her in that season, because there are times in life where your friend is going to be doing better than you. Right? There are seasons in life where somebody will be ahead of you. And my question is, the only way women can be successful in friendships is if both women are able to see their friend winning while they're losing and still cheer them on. If you're not able to do that, then how are you going to handle your friend's progression? You know, how are you going to handle your friend's progression? You won't be able to. So that's what it's about. Because some women are like, they can be your friend as long as you guys are on the exact same level, right? But the minute you start to progress, it's just not, it doesn't work anymore. So you have to find out, how does this woman react to seeing another woman win? If she can't take it, then it's not a good friendship. And then not only that, I always tell women, sorry, you guys, I'm going to blot my face. And the reason why I'm doing this is because my skin is oily. I have a ring light in front of me and it's making me sweat. That's why you see the sweat is dripping all on my chin. Um, some women don't want a friend. They want what do you call that? A sidekick. A lot of women do sidekick friendships where it's like, have you ever met those women where it's like when you're friends with them, it's like they kind of walk in like a celebrity? And I'm not talking about confidence. Like, you want women to be confident. You don't want to have a problem with a woman who's confident. But you ever had those friends where it's like they're treating you like you're like a fan? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like when they walk in and they sit with you and they talk to you, you can feel that they feel like they're above you, like they're looking down on you. I don't know how to explain it. It's like their energy towards you is very like, yeah, yeah, girl. Yeah. Like, it's almost like you can feel this, like they think they're above. It's very weird. Like, it's not that they have confidence. Confidence is a good thing. I'm talking about, it's almost like they feel like you're like, yeah, girl. A good example of this for me would be Evelyn and Jen. It's like I feel like Evelyn was always trying to son Jen. Like, I don't know. Like, now looking back, even when you look at the first couple of episodes of Basketball Wives, it's like Jen, it's like she would, I don't know, it's like it's energetic. Like, it can't really be explained, only felt. It's like, yeah, girl, so let me tell you. It's almost like your friend is not really your friend. She's like your fan. I don't know, it's like an energy where it's like you're being treated like, yeah, you're just here to be my booster. I don't know how to explain it. It's an energy. I felt like that with Jen and Evelyn is a good example of that. It's almost like Evelyn was friends with Jen, but as long as she got to pull the strings, like as long as she got to be the runner up, like Jen never really got to just be herself. It was always, in a way, Evelyn's shadow. And I'm not blaming that on Evelyn. Jen has to just learn how to like have her own backbone and not be a woman's side quest or a friend's side quest or anything like that. And you'll notice that Jen got bullied a lot in that friendship because Jen never really had a voice. She was always supposed to be the shadow or the yes man or the booster friend. Like, what's another good example of this? I feel like, let me think of another example. I feel like this friendship also, what friendship can I'm trying to think of some other examples so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. It's not as apparent. Hold on, you guys. Let me do this puzzle. Okay. So, what's another example I can use of what that looks like? I said Jen and Evelyn from Basketball Wives. Mm, I would say Drea kind of started doing it to Malaysia a little bit towards the end of the friendship, where she kind of felt like she was like above her in a way. I don't know how to describe it. It can't really be described. Nene and Marlo, I feel like that was Nene and Cynthia. I feel like that was Nene and Cynthia. So what I'm saying is when it comes to being friends with women, you never want to befriend a woman that believes that she's like the superior to you. Where it's like, hey, we're having drinks. Are you ready to talk about my problems? I'm ready to tell you about what I'm going through. I'm ready for you to lift me up. I'm ready for you to make me feel confident again. I'm ready for you to tell me I'm a bad B. And it's like, that's all you're ever doing for this friend. You're like a sidekick to this friend. They're sidekicking you. You have to avoid that. I had a friend like that one time. I had to cut her off because she was trying to set, this was years and years ago, almost a decade ago. She was trying to set me up with a dude she used to mess with. Like, girl, you think you're that above me that I want your leftovers? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? What makes you think that I want to date a guy that you used to sleep with? Like, you, like, when I looked at her when she told me this, and I'm like, and I just stopped talking to her after that day because it was given like, you think you're superior to me? Like, babe, you're as dumb as a rock. What are you talking about? You can't even spell your name. Like, for you to ever feel that way about me is crazy to me. And sometimes they do that to you because they know how intelligent you are, how confident you are, how beautiful you are. And they don't want you to know that. So they start stunning you. Like a lot of women don't want friends. They want a fan base or a support system. They don't want a friend. You know, they want you to be like their lap dog, right? And a lot of women, that's their friendships is a lap dog. That's why when you go out with them, they just shade you the whole time. Like, I had one friend that was like that too. She was a Leo. And I'm very like I because I've had a lot of experiences, I can kind of like spot this stuff out. And once I see like for me, like I don't mind making friends or trying to, but again, it's the vetting process for me is very vigorous because I can spot these things so quickly. And then once I do, I'm going to just stop talking to you because it's going to be a waste of my time. My sign is Leo. So I went out with this friend. She was a Leo, but very obnoxious. Like, I mean, very selfish, self-serving. She doesn't care about anybody but herself. She only cares about herself. It's me, 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 me all the time. And I had to clock it and I had to stop her. You know, it worked when I was younger and I didn't know myself. But I met her again years later. And when I sat with her, I was like, hanging out with you is like running a 10-mile marathon. Like every time I hang out with you, I feel like I ran 10 miles. And I told her, I'm like, I understand why you don't have friends. I get it. Some people don't have friends because they're picky or, they're just not going for it anymore. But you literally, I can see it. I can see why. I can see why you don't have friends. I can tell. You're like draining. Like you're a draining person. Like just everything about you is like a vacuum. Like you can vacuum someone's soul. You're draining. You're like a succubus. Like I can't be friends with someone like that. So here's what happened. So when I used to hang out with her when I was in college, again, I didn't know what I know now, like I know what I know now. I've learned people, I've learned myself, I've healed. Um, I'm getting better at understanding this life. I'm getting better at understanding myself. So it's like, it's I'm different from who I was years ago. So, excuse me. So when we were friends, now that I'm thinking back, she would do like very weird things to me, like that sun thing. Like I remember there was a time I dressed up to I was going to her house and she was telling me we were gonna go to Blue Martini together. So I dressed up, I wore pants. I wore like some white. I remember that day. I wore white skinny jeans with tears in them. That's when pants with tears were in style. I wore white skinny jeans with tears in them. These cute booties, this nice long sleeve like one piece thing. This like sheer cute one piece thing, and then I curled my hair, and I looked really cute because we were gonna go to Blue Martini and like have some martinis and have some food. So when I got there, she looked at me really fast. She did that quick up and down thing. It was very fast. It was like 1, 2. It was a quick up and down. And I hate to say it, Leos are very jealous. One thing I can say, I'm a Leo, but I'm a very evolved Leo. Meaning, there was this woman that commented on my channel. She's like, "Girl, you keep saying that you're nothing like a Leo. You are so a Leo. You are all up. You are all up your, you know what?" I'm like, I'm confident, ma'am. Confident doesn't mean you're up your, you know what. Everybody should be confident. Listen, the Leos I know, you guys will notice that you go on my Instagram, my handle is not even on my bio. I don't need to be validated. My handle is not even on my personal bio on Instagram. Leos like to feel like, a lot of them like to feel like they're above people and they're very braggadocious. They brag and brag and brag and brag and brag and brag. And it's like they desire to make everybody around them feel small. You can ask my family, you can ask people close to me, they will tell me anything. They will tell you anything that Mel accomplishes. You won't even know about it. She's extremely private. Even when she could brag, she doesn't brag because that's just not her character. But one thing I can say, this friend was a Leo. A lot of Leos are, their jealousy is out of this world. They cannot really make friends because they don't know how to be a friend. They know how to be competing with people. It's very weird. Every Leo girl I've ever met in the past, it's never worked out. I cannot befriend them because they're too jealous. They're envious and jealous of everything and everyone. I'm not saying that there's no Leos that aren't like that. I'm not like that, but I don't really befriend them because they they don't know what friendship is. You cannot compete with a friend. That doesn't make sense. But they play these little weird mind games. Leos play mind games with their friends. It's a lot of narcissism. So I went there and she did that quick up and down thing. But I'm young. I'm really young at that time. I think I was like, how old was I at that time? I was about, I remember I didn't even have an ID yet. I was 19. I was 19 at that time. I was 19. And I pull up, she looks at me quick up and down, and she's like brooming. I remember this. She's like brooming. She has like these shorts on, like these house shorts and like this house shirt. And I come in there all jolly and all like warm. And I'm like, okay, so um, like are you like I used to be such a nice person. Oh, that version of me is, ooh, baby, there was a funeral service for her. That version of me is gone. Gone, 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 gone. Baby, I will tear your head off now. That version of me is completely gone. Like I couldn't imagine pulling up to a woman's house dressed and ready to go and you got cleaning clothes on, baby. That would get you cursed out and left, but because that's disrespectful, right? That's very disrespectful. But when you're younger, when you're young, 18, 19, 20, like you don't really know when someone's disrespecting you. You don't know when somebody's trying you. You don't know at that age. It's not until you get older. Or do you guys like my mug? Fueled by faith and coffee. Cheers. So, when you're young, you don't really know when somebody's playing in your face because you're young. You don't have enough experience. So I sit on the edge of her couch and she like gave me this like weird glare, and I noticed Leo women have that glare a lot because they're very jealous. So they give you that glare. And once they give you that glare, it's game on. I personally don't befriend them. That's just me. Don't have nothing against them. I don't befriend them because I know how they are. They like to play mind games with their friends. It's a lot of sociopathism. So I personally, for me, my favorite is Virgos. I love them. Like, I've never met one I didn't like, male or female. I've never met one I didn't like. They are, for me, this has been my experience, the most loyal people you've ever met. That's like a lifelong friend. Like, they have your back, they will be honest with you. They're not overbearing. I'll tell you that. They'll leave you alone. Virgos are the beautiful souls. Like, they're really like the virgins. I love them. They're my favorite. They're so down to earth. I love them. Like, let's go on a hike. That's just my experience with them. That's my experience with them. Everybody's different. I know some people don't like them, but for me, Leo men are good. Leo men are narcs. Now, those, I see them, I run the other direction. I don't even want to talk to them. They're like Leo women times 10. No, thank you. You come off as a Virgo. I do. I get that a lot. At every job I've worked at, they've told me that because I'm just, again, you guys have to understand this is my platform. This is my brand. It's normal for me to come on here and talk about certain things and talk things into the ground and somewhat be a little bit performative. This is a social media brand. I hope you understand that. But in my day to day, I'm a very quiet to myself, you know, private person. There was a job that I went to, and my coworker, she's like, "Oh, I thought you were a Virgo because we don't know nothing about you." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You've been working here for a year and we don't know anything about you. All we know about you is your name. We don't know anything. We don't know a thing because that's just the way that I am." So, listen, so I get there and she has these shorts on, these like brown house shorts. That's all I'm thinking in my mind. And she's like sweeping and like there's a bunch of groceries on the countertop. And in my head, I'm like, wait a minute, was this girl ever planning on going out with me? Or did she just purposefully make me dress up and drive over here? Because this doesn't look like somebody that was planning to go out. So I get there and she's like, "Oh, well, let's just not go out." And then we're sitting on her couch and she's just giving me the stank eye the whole time that I'm talking. And this is what I'm saying, like a lot of women are male centered. So by you looking good, they're already thinking, "Oh my God, if I go out with her, men are going to come up to her, men are going to talk to her. Let's just not go out. I'm not feeling sexy today." Women have these weird mood swings where it's like, "Oh, I'm not feeling very sexy today." They have these weird mood swings. And another thing that I noticed about her, you guys never really, I don't really post like bikini, full body, any of that too often, even though I could. I'm 5'2", 125 pounds. I could, but I just don't really post. Not that I have anything bad to say about it, but I don't really post like that. But I do have an hourglass figure, meaning I am shaped like a pear. Majority of my weight is in my hips and my butt. That is where my weight goes. It doesn't go anywhere else. My boobs kind of look a little bigger because I wear push-up bras, but I'm very small in my top and then wide in my bottom. And I noticed that she kept looking at my bottom half with this like glare, like this weird glare. And she had a BBL. Not saying that I have anything against BBLs, but I'm thinking she's got upset. Like, how does she have that naturally? And I had to pay to get it done. I felt like that's also where the jealousy came from, right? Now that I'm older, I know what triggers women. I know what triggers them. I know what bothers them, which is why I'm saying now that I know so much, making friends is very challenging because I can spot the behavior so quickly. And once I instantly spot it, I stop talking to the person. So the least you know, the easier it is to make friends. The least you know, the easier it is to date. The least you know, the easier it is to make connections. But the more you learn human behavior, the more you can spot behavior, the more you understand, you can't really make friends that easily no more because women want to do this frenemy thing with other women. And once I spot it, babe, I don't have the time. I own like 4 businesses. You got to get out of here. I'm not going to waste my time on frenemy friendships. And that's what women want. They want to be in frenemy bonds with other women. That's what they desire. And because a lot of women don't know these signs, they are in frenemy friendships, but they don't know these things. A lot of women are like, "Girl, after I watch your videos, I blocked my friend." Like I had no idea because a lot of women don't know what the signs are. So she did that. That was one thing that she did. She would ghost me a lot and then come back when she wanted somebody to talk to about a problem. She was just terrible. Like I couldn't do her. I just no, it's a hard pass. There was no depth, no they just don't have, like, I hate to say it, but a lot of Leo women I feel like are not, they don't have enough depth to them. They have a lot of talent and stuff, but depth, not a lot. A lot of them are very vain. So it's hard to connect with them on that deep level. It's hard to connect with them deeply because not all, I'm a deep person and I'm a Leo, right? But a lot of them are very vain. So it's hard to connect with them. And I need to connect with you on a deeper level somehow. And with them, there's not much of that. It's all vanity. Everything is vain for them. Very vain, a lot of vanity. Um, so essentially what I was saying is like the male centeredness, it can pour into so many different parts. Like she literally, like I got dressed up, you guys, makeup, everything. And I remember when I got home, my parents were like, "Oh my God," no, my grandma was like, "Oh my God, how is it?" I said, "Oh, we didn't go out." And my grandma's like, "You didn't go out?" I'm like, "No, we just hung out in her apartment." And my grandma's older than me. Mind you, at this time, my grandma's like 80. My grandma's like, "Wait a minute. I thought that you were dressed up because you guys were supposed to go to that new place you wanted to try." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but we just didn't go because she didn't feel like going." And my grandma was like, "Be careful with her because that's very weird." But again, she's 80. I'm 19 at the time. I didn't know. Now I know. So that's why making friends is harder for me because I know so much. I can spot the weird behavior so quickly. And once I do, I'm cutting you off because I don't do frenemies. I'm not addicted to suffering. Remember, I had that video, ladies, on stop being addicted to suffering. So, women who have frenemy friendships, meaning you don't like your friend or you're friends with someone and you know they don't like you have a suffering addiction. Because if you weren't addicted to suffering, if I know that a woman triggers me every time I'm around her, I don't feel good. Every time I'm around her, I feel small. I feel this, I feel that. I'm not going to keep hanging out with her because every time I do, it makes me feel unpleasant. If you're a woman and you know that a woman doesn't like you, and every time you hang out with her, she makes you feel bad, inadequate, she humbles you, she tries to humble you, embarrass you in front of other men, and you keep reaching out to her, that is a suffering addiction. A lot of women are subconsciously addicted to negative reinforcement and they don't even realize it. I'm not addicted to suffering. So therefore, if I go out with you as a woman and you're shading me and you're saying weird things and you're being weird, that will be the last time you see me because I'm not feeling good from this interaction. I don't need to continue letting that in my life. So you will be blocked by the time I get to the parking lot because I don't desire to suffer. I've gotten rid of that. So that's why even when women book calls with me and they start telling me, "Oh, this friend is doing this friend," I'm like, I think you have a suffering addiction. You need to buy a journal and keep writing, "I will no longer suffer. I will no longer suffer. I will no longer suffer." And keep writing those lines, 300 lines, because you are addicted to negative triggers. Meaning, if you truly had self love and somebody was treating you inadequate, you would get turned off. You're not turned off, you're actually fighting for it. You're fighting for it. So that means that you are addicted to negative reinforcement. So if that's the case, you are going to choose the man that abuses you. You're going to choose the man that makes fun of you. You're going to choose the man that verbally abuses you. You're going to choose the man that makes you feel low. You're going to choose the man that makes you feel small because you're addicted to being treated badly. That's what resonates with you. I know if a woman has broken up with her addiction to suffering based on how quickly she gets rid of anything that doesn't serve her. Same thing with men. Men who get rid of things who don't serve them quickly. I know this is somebody who's not addicted to suffering. And I know this is somebody who loves themselves because they are not going to tolerate much. And that's why I'm always telling women, I tell women all the time, no, not women, people, excuse me. I tell people, be careful with people who love themselves because we're going to cut you off. If you start acting crazy, we're going to cut you off. People think that when you love yourself and you're a kind heart, that you're like tolerable. We're actually intolerable. That's why we're so kind and full of joy because no one's draining us. So when you meet someone who loves themselves, be careful because they're going to cut you off fast. There was this woman I came across on TikTok. She's amazing. She was talking about men. She was saying something about men and marriage, something like that. And this guy commented on her TikTok post and he literally said, "Oh, well, you not married, or are you married?" or something like that. Kind of like to talk down on her. And she responded, she said, "I was married actually, but I love myself so much that I divorced him after 60 days. And everybody was like, "Why would you divorce your husband after 60 days? She said, "Because the person he was when we got married, the minute we moved into each other, the minute we moved in with each other after marriage, everything switched up. So I got out of there. You tried to appear as what you were not. And then when you finally locked me down, you switched up. So that is, I love myself. You're a fraud. I'm leaving." So she divorced him after 60 days. And I'm like, wow, girl, you love yourself. That is the definition of self love. The minute he showed you that he was acting and he's a completely different person and he switched up when you guys moved in, bye bye. That is self love. You left baby free. You left connection free. It's done. Let him go. Sign the papers. It's done. Because do you know how much of a fraud you have to be to act the type of way, and then once you marry the person, you go to the other extreme, and you thought she was going to stick around? No, she said, "I divorced him after 60 days, 2 months, got married in June, divorced in August." And I'm like, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Most women would have stayed because it's a suffering addiction. They're addicted to suffering. So they would have stayed in hopes that he would change. You didn't, you left. And that takes courage. Okay, that takes courage. So she left him after 60 days. She said that he completely became a completely different person. He was dirty. He was like leaving his clothes around on the floor. He was, just being a mess. And she was like, "This is not the person I was dating. This was not the person I was engaged to. I'm not going to play these games. I'm not pregnant yet by this guy. Let me go ahead and get out of here." And after 60 days, she left. He wasn't going to change. So it's good that she got out of there because he wasn't going to change. So again, when you rid yourself of suffering addiction, you are going to, your information is better than Kevin Samuel's, informational and inspiring. Thank you. So what I'm saying is, again, I always tell people the more you know about people, the harder it'll be to have people in your circle because you can spot out the behaviors so fast. Do you have a podcast? I have a YouTube. Your Level Up Crew on YouTube. I do have a podcast on Spotify, but it's more like meditation based. Do you have any videos on men? I have a couple. But what I'm saying is the best choice for both men and women is to rid yourself of suffering addiction. If you're chasing people who treat you badly, I always tell people, it's like, if you make your own money, you have your own job, you pay your own bills, and your family is toxic, why are you still connected to them? You don't necessarily need them for survival. So why stay connected to them? Again, addicted to suffering. Once you stop being addicted to suffering, you're gonna be like, no, this is not for me, and you're just gonna get out of there. Like, you're not gonna continue. You're not going to continue. And that's what I'm saying. Once you break up with your addiction to suffering, making friends and connections, that stuff, it's gonna be really, really hard. It's gonna be really, really, really hard. It's gonna be really, really hard because you can see right through people. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. And honestly, I hate to say it, there was this woman. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. I apologize. There there was this woman. Crap, what was I about to say? I completely forgot. But anyways, nonetheless, what I'm saying, and that's what I'm going to be teaching my mentees, is you have to love yourself so aggressively that you will not connect yourself to anybody. You have to love yourself the way that God loves you. You have to love yourself so much that disrespect is a turnoff. Disingenuous relationships, turn off. Disrespect, turn off. Shady behavior, turn off. That stuff should immediately turn you off. It shouldn't even be a debate. It should be instant. When God heals somebody, have you guys ever been to a church service? When the Holy Spirit heals somebody, it's like that. It happens right before your eyes. I don't know if you've ever been to a healing service. When the Holy Spirit heals someone, it's instant. It happens right before your eyes. That is how you should cut people off when they are treating you less than. It should be instant. It's not a thought. It's a part of you. It's an automatic buy. Just I'm not even going to debate this. It should just be automatic. Oh, well, Mel, I don't understand, but don't people make mistakes? Yeah, well, that's when it comes to intention. What did Nicki Minaj say? I look at what people say and what did she say? I look at what people say and I see intent. You have to look at the intention behind why people do things. People do make mistakes. Sometimes people do say what they say in the heat of the moment. Sometimes people get upset. Sometimes you'll get in arguments. Sometimes you'll get in disagreements. But you have to be so sharp that you can tell when somebody's playing in your face and when somebody has made a genuine mistake. I promise you, if you learn people, you will know when somebody is playing games with you and they think that you're a fool, and when somebody made a genuine, honest, authentic mistake. I will be the judge of that because I can read people. I can tell when you're purposefully trying to play with me and when you made a genuine mistake. I can tell. Because if I address you about it, it's not going to happen again. If it happens again, I know that you're intentionally doing it to bother me. I can tell when we got in a heated argument and you said something because you were upset versus when you keep shading me every time we hang out. I know the difference. Sometimes I say things to people when I'm upset and I have to tell them, listen, I'm apologizing to you. I was completely in the wrong. I want you to understand that. I was wrong. I was out of line. I had no business saying that to you. I should have got if you never speak to me again, I'm not going to hold it against you because I shouldn't have taken it there. And I am an authentic person, so people can feel the realness. They can know if I'm apologizing to you, it's real. Like, I'm never going to do it again. I'm never going to hurt you again in that way. And next time, because we love each other, when we get upset at each other, you go there, I'll go there, we'll cool down, and then we'll revisit the conversation so we don't hurt each other. That's what me and my brother do. Because me and my brother, we used to be like fire and ice. Like, when we would get angry and argue, listen, I tell people all the time, listen, I tell women all the time, listen, I had a brother. So I used to fight a boy. So if you think that I could handle a boy and I can't handle you, my brother's 6'1", and I used to be fighting him as a teenager. If you think a woman is going to step to me, it's not going to happen. Any woman who had a brother or brothers, you don't want to get into it with a woman who had a brother or brothers, because it takes a completely different level of strength to fight a man. Okay. So we used to fight so much when I was younger. We used to fight so much. And we've learned over time that we just need to separate from each other when things are getting too heated and then come back and revisit it. I've learned how to communicate with my brother in a way where now I just listen. I don't need to be right. I've checked my ego. And I used to have a big inflated ego. I don't need to be right. I'm not going to be right all the time. So I will hear your piece, and even if you say words that bother me, I am not going to allow that to cause me to say things out of anger. I always tell women, stop the, oh, you hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you. Stop that. That's immature. It's like saying, oh, he cheated on me, I'm going to go sleep with a bunch of men. Don't do that. Tit for tat, that's immature. That's low vibrational. We don't do tit for tat. So I have learned how to compose myself in a way where I'm not hurting people that I love. Love is an action. Love is an action, meaning if you truly care about somebody, you're going to move with them a certain way. I tell people all the time, I'm going to look at how you move with me. I'm going to look at your actions. I'm not going to look at what you say. I'm going to look at what you do. I'm going to listen with my eyes, because that'll tell me how you feel about me. And I always tell women, if you're making friends, you need to pay attention to that woman's actions towards you, because if she's shady, it will show. It will be all over her body language. So you have to, yes, yes, girl. Me, 5'2" with a 6'1" brother. Yes, girl. We will be rolling on the floor fighting. I would get beat up real bad. Okay. But we were young, we were younger. We would fight over stupid stuff like the remote control. But honey, it was hard. It was a battle. It was a battle. So essentially what I'm saying is, no, not men 5'2". I'm 5'2". My brother's 6'1". So I always say that when it comes to making friends, what I always tell women is you need to pay attention to the micro things that women do. That'll tell you. What are some micro things to look at? How does she act when a group of men come around you guys? Is she now trying to share embarrassing stories about you? Is she now saying, "Oh, well, she only likes rich men, or she only likes super handsome men, or she only likes dark men, she only likes light men, she loves to post those half naked pictures." Pay attention to what she does when men are around. To you as her friend, is she embarrassing you? Is she bringing up things about you that you shared with her in private? Is she trying to make you look negative in front of the men? You have to pay attention to those micro things. You know how if a woman is male-centric when she gets around men. When a woman gets around men and the Jezebel spirit gets activated and she starts like pumping up her breasts and just being strange when men walk around, that is your signal that, okay, she's probably very male-centered, because why? Or when you go out with a girlfriend and you notice every time you guys go out, she keeps looking around. It's because she keeps trying to look at where the men are. She's not going out with you to hang out with you. She's going out for men. She's just using you as a buffer, right? So again, you just have to pay attention. Men will tell you everything you want to hear. I always tell women, when you're dating men, just do this. Please don't listen to anything that they say. Don't listen to a word that they say. Let it, like, every time they talk, put some music on or something, or have them chat with the AI. Don't listen to anything that they say. Just look at what they do. I don't care about how much that man flirts with you. I do not care. Do not sleep with that man. I don't care how much he tries to romanticize you. They're always acting in the beginning. Please keep your legs closed. That's what my grandma used to say. Keep your legs closed. Keep your legs closed. Give that man time to show who he really is. Do not open your legs for him, and don't open your mouth for him either. The mouth counts too. Do not open any type of hole for that man. Take your time and wait. Take your time. Don't be desperate. He hasn't done nothing yet for you to even think, wow, he's doing so much. You should not be easily impressed. And why should women not be easily impressed? Because you're building your life, ladies. You're building your life. You're working hard. You're getting up in the morning. You're hitting the gym. You're drinking your celery juice. You're on the treadmill. You're running at the park. You're lifting weights. You're doing your sit-ups. You're glamoring yourself. You're putting on your face mask. You're taking care of your hair. You're painting your nails. You're going back to school. You're getting your finances together. Stop being so easily impressed. That's why I tell women to have your own life. Have a bunch of stuff going on for you. So when a man comes in your life and he's doing these little trinkets, you're not overly impressed over just a plate of spaghetti. Like, no. Stop being so easily impressed and take your time when dating. Oh, wow. $50, girl. Thank you, Empress. Empress gave me $50, you guys. That is probably one of the biggest donations I've gotten. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like, women have to stop being so easily impressed. Like, okay, he gets you something nice. Be like, wow, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. He's going to be thinking, okay, does she really like it? Like, that wasn't, thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Stop being so easily impressed. That's why I always tell women, if you're working on your life, you're not going to be easily impressed. You're not. And stop texting them. Stop texting them ongoing texting. Don't allow a man to take up that much space in your life, phone, or day. There ain't no texting. If he wants to see you, he can call you, ask you how you're doing, and say, I really, I'm interested. I would love to take you out to eat. When are you available? I'm available Wednesday at 7 p.m. Oh, okay. Thank you, Quinn. $20. All right. You guys are trying to take me out to eat with these donations. Thank you. So, for example, texting. Narcissistic men love texting. Okay. And they're texting so many women at a time that it's like, ooh, supply. Like, they love texting. I tell women, there is no constant texting. You're a grown woman. You're busy. You're working. You're at the gym. You're at the park. You're meditating. You're praying. You're talking to God. You don't have time for constant trails of text. That's for high schoolers. That is for college students. That is not for grown women. So if he wants to see you, he has to be like, I'm not going to text her, because every time I text her, she doesn't respond anyways. So let me call her. Hey, how are you? I'm doing good. How you doing? I'm doing good. And stop sounding so excited when you answer the phone. That's not your husband. Your excitement is for your husband. When your man, your husband, oh, hey, babe, how are you? That's your husband. But not for a guy that you don't really know that well. He's a stranger at the end of the day. So when he calls you, hi, how are you? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing good. And let him lead the conversation. Oh, well, I really like you. I really wanted to see you possibly next week. Oh, okay, cool. I'm available Wednesday at 7. Don't give him your weekends. That's a no. Weekends are for relationships. Oh, okay, because your weekends are for you. Your weekends are for you to really relax. Your weekends are for you to go grocery shopping. Your weekends are for you to hang out with your friends and family. Don't give him your weekends. Weekends are for couples that are in committed relationships, not someone who's pursuing you. No. Your weekends are reserved. No. So, and a lot of women, it's the opposite. They think, oh, I need to get the weekend. No, you don't. Your weekend is for yourself. It's for you to catch up on work and stuff. And stuff around the house. You don't give that up to him. So he hasn't earned that yet. So you go out and he's supposed to tell you, okay, well, what would you like? What would you like to eat? Where would you like to go? What's your favorite cuisine? You tell him, he gives you a date and time. He sends you the itinerary, and that's it. Don't text him again. And if he's really serious, he will check in with you 24 hours before the meeting. So, chill out. You should be busy. You should forget you even had a date plan. And don't go buy anything for the date either, ladies. Stop wasting money. Find something sexy in your closet to wear. You don't need to go buy something. You don't need to go buy something. Why have boyfriend? You don't know what I have. I don't talk about my relationship on here. Family and relationship is off limits. $100? What is going on? Y'all are okay. You guys want me to go to the Louis Vuitton store tomorrow morning with these donations? My goodness. $100? Thank you, Trinity. What? My goodness. Y'all are trying. You guys want me to go to the Louis store and get some shoes and send them to you guys because you guys are my sugar daddies today. I'm kidding. Thank you. You guys are so kind. So, yes, I just want women to just please close your legs. Do not give in. Sex is off the table. Okay. Sex is off the table. Maybe we need to have more talks like this, you guys. Sex is off the table. That's just, it's not even a thought in your mind. It shouldn't even be a thought, ladies. Once you give that up, you've given up everything. Listen, if he wasn't serious about you, he's going to disappear. Okay. I tell women all the time, do not have sex with that man. Like, that should be the end all be all for you. Meaning, it's like, when you decide to do that, that should be like the end all be all. Like, okay, I've gotten everything I've wanted. All of my standards have been met. All of my requirements have been met. All that I desire have been met. I will now give him the diamond. But until that happens, ladies, don't do this. Do not have sex with that man. Don't. And a lot of times women are like, oh, but what if I don't have sex with him and he leaves? Well, that means that that's all he wanted. That means that that's all he wanted. So that's nothing to feel bad about. And if you do want to do it and you feel like this is a guy that you really want to be with and you're not trying to wait till marriage, put in your mind that you have to understand that, okay, even if he does leave, I will be okay. If you decide to do it. But I tell women, like, please do not have sex. I'm telling you, like, that's just a no-go. Do not have intercourse. Like, just don't do it with men. Don't do it. Do not give it to them. I don't care if they're your dream guy. I don't care. You guys be telling me, oh, he's my dream guy. I don't care. The answer is still no. It is a no-go. No. If he wants full access to your body nonstop, he can go to the jewelry store and get the ring. There is none of that. Y'all need to stop that, ladies. Y'all need to stop that. I'm telling you, you guys are jumping into bed too fast. It's too fast. Every time you sleep with a man, he takes a part of you. Don't do it. He will steal from you. They take a part of you every time you sleep with them. Some of them are siphoning you. Some of you guys, women, you guys have so much power. That man sleeps with you and he literally, like, his whole life goes up. He stole something from you. Like, please, I keep telling women, do not sleep with these men. Don't sleep with them. Don't sleep with them. Don't sleep with them. And y'all, with the STD rates, should be like, just hearing about it should be like, ill. No, the STD rates are just, it's out of control. It's out of control. I'm telling you, like, do not sleep with them. It doesn't matter how much flirting they do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Some of these men, they watch you from afar. A lot of you ladies, you're dating men who have your Instagram. They go through your stories. They know what you like. They will purposefully start bringing up stuff that you like. They will purposefully, start to talk about topics, and you're like, "Oh my god, like he is very similar to me." No, he's not. He just did his research. So again, like, you ladies got to be very careful. I'm telling you. Like, I always tell women, sex is off the table. They will stalk your page. They will look at your tags. They will find out what your interests are. They will look at what you're passionate about. And then they're going to start acting. It's all an act. You get what you need. And then once you get what you need, you decide. Yeah, learn how to banter. Don't take them seriously. Don't take them seriously. If he wants to be taken seriously, he will propose. If he wants to be taken seriously, he will do what needs to be done in order to be put in that category. 12th house. Okay, let me get you out of here. What are you even talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. We're talking about important stuff, and you're talking about houses. And get that person out of here. This person's like spamming everything. It's so annoying. This guy was stalking my Instagram, and his stories started copying me. Yes, they're just trying to morph themselves. They're trying to morph themselves into what you think you would what they think you would want, so that they can conquer you. They're predators. Men hunt. I'm not saying that's bad, because that's what they were made to do, to hunt. But they're hunting you. Like, they're gathering data on you. They're trying to figure out the type of girl that you are, the type of woman you are. What do you like? What do you not like? They want to find out about your heartbreak. They want to find out about your past. I don't care if your ex-boyfriend used to beat you up Monday through Sunday with a hanger and a belt. When that man asks you, how was your last relationship? It was wonderful. I was treated like a princess. I was treated like a queen. It didn't work out, but he took really good care of me. Emphasis on, he took really good care of me, and he was very kind. Don't start telling him that that man beat you up with a hanger. Don't start talking about stuff like that, because they're going to do the same thing. Learn your power. The last guy I slept with, life is dwindling, problem after problem, and I'm over here leveling up and banned, one on the promotion list, and been interviewing. They will front like they're into the same things that you are, then boom, mask off. Exactly. It's masked off with them. Should ladies Instagram to attract your standard? If you're a high maintenance, will that filter? It can. Your Instagram can show that, but at the end of the day, when you're out with a guy, you have to always put in your mind that I'm not putting out unless I'm ready to. And if he leaves, adios. But I'm not doing anything. I have the power. You're not leading anything. The words won't work. The emotional manipulation, none of that is going to work, because I mean business. I know what I want. And until I see it, I'm not putting out. And that just has to be your stance. The problem is women start to fall for the words, and then you start to romanticize the situation. You start to think about, oh my God, is this my husband? And you start hyper romanticize. Stop doing it. You're about your business. Those dates are supposed to be getting squeezed in, and they shouldn't be for more than an hour anyways. And if he wants more time, then he needs to make you his girlfriend. And if he wants to hear from you more often during the week, he needs to make you his girlfriend, because you're busy. Mel, I have a question for a girl that doesn't want to have sex with the guy. Okay, so she doesn't want to have sex, but doesn't want to get married ever. So what is she trying to do here? She doesn't want to sleep with men, or I always tell women, and look at the, like, some men have this like kink to conquer. I think that happened to the wizard Liz. Some men watch women for long periods of time before they approach. They're like snipers. They watch you from afar for long periods of time. And then when they realize that you are a powerful woman, they're like, I'm going to try to slightly gently approach her territory. Okay? That's where the acting comes in. You don't give them your emotions, you don't give them your time. When they go cold, oh well. When they don't text back, oh well. When they don't call, oh well. Oh well. It always ends in oh well. It'll always end in oh well. You have to be careful, ladies. A lot of like what happened to Wizard Liz, he knew he was going to do that from the moment he opened up her YouTube and saw her face and saw her following. He knew all this stuff that happened to her was premeditated. He knew he was going to do that to her. The minute he opened up her YouTube, wow, she's a beautiful girl. Wow, 6 million followers. Wow, she talks a lot of, she empowers women. Wow, she has a lot going for herself. He knew he was going to do that to her. This was premeditated. It's not new. It didn't happen by accident. He knew he was going to get her pregnant. He already pre-planned this stuff. Nothing that men do is random. They're not random. Everything they do is well planned out and well sought out. That's why when a man encounters you and you got something going for yourself, he has no dealings in it. Don't put that man on your credit card. Don't put him on your credit line to help him get his credit up. That's not your problem. Don't add him on your car. You know, don't sign a car with him as a second co-signer. Don't be co-signing cars with men. If you own a business, he has no parts in it. Even if you get married, he still has no parts in it. Get a trust that is already pre-written. So you know what percentages are going to your kids or your mom or your sibling if something happened. He has no parts in it. Women are not strict enough with what's theirs. That's the problem. You know, as much as I like the Wizard Liz, that guy had no business being on her screen. Why are we looking at you? We're here for Liz. Who are you? You're just a man that can switch gears at any time. What are you doing here? We're here for Liz. We click the Wizard Liz to watch Liz. Who's this guy? And that's how they get you. They romanticize you, infiltrate themselves in your space, and then they just destroy everything. And I'm not saying all men are like that. There are some great men out there. But I'm saying as women, you have to protect yourself. And even if some men have a problem with what I'm saying, I promise you, the fathers, if there's any fathers in this chat, they would want their daughters to hear this. They would want their daughters and sisters to hear what I'm saying right now. Whatever you build as a woman, men come to give, not you. So whatever you build as a woman is reserved for you. That doesn't get split in parts. That's yours. You're a woman. You have to have boundaries. So when I saw him on her platform, I'm like, why is she bringing this guy on her camera? Who is this guy? I don't care if you're engaged. He should not be on your camera. This is your platform, and you're ahead of him too. We all know what men do to women who are ahead of them. The Life Monopoly class, the recording is available. All recordings are available, young sis. They're all available. The next class is Defeat Social Awkwardness Part 2 and Emotional Intelligence. If you guys like this conversation, we'll talk about emotional intelligence. We'll talk about it in the emotional intelligence class. Like, you guys have to get your emotions in check and get your emotions in line. Don't allow your emotions to screw up what you're doing. I tell women all the time, oh, he's amazing to me. Okay, good. That's what he should be. Oh, he really loves me. Good. He takes care of me. Good. These are all things that should be the norm for you. That's great. That's the whole point of being a romantic partner. He's a great addition. That's all good. But at the end of the day, as a woman, you still have to I don't know if I could use that word. You still have to pad your life. Meaning, as a woman, when something goes wrong with men, you usually will lose the most. So if you have a business, I always tell women who are influencers, why is your man on your page? Why is he growing a following based on the work of your hands. And I don't care how in love you are with him. I don't care about it that. Because we'll see where he is 10 years from now. And that's not me talking bad on your relationship. I'm saying that women have to learn how to pad their life and how to put airbags around their life, because you have to always protect yourself as a woman no matter what. So yeah, you love him. Yeah, he's sweet. Yeah, he's kind, but he does not ever get behind a camera with you. He does not ever get to eat off of your labor. It's always a no. Oh, well, what can I eat off his? Or what about the men that bring their women on? Yeah, that's what men are supposed to do though. They're givers. They're there to give the feminine. That's what they're there to do. So it's okay if a man puts a woman on. Absolutely. That's what they're supposed to do. What do you think Boaz did with Ruth? He had what was needed, and she went over there and got what she needed from him. That's what they're there to do. But women have more to lose. That's why they cannot operate the same way. Like what happened to the wizard Liz, it's like this guy should have never built a following off you. Oh, I really like you. Okay, great. Well, you know I'm a YouTuber, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, I don't bring anybody on my camera. It's sealed and sanctified spiritually for just my energy. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. I know you got your channel. I know you got stuff going on, but I don't do that. I don't bring lovers on my platform. That's just how you do it. It's an automatic no. You have to have your boundaries in place. It's on the website, young sis, yourlevelupguru.net. Hit classes, scroll down to Life Monopoly, purchase it, and I'll send it to you. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, I know this stuff may sound harsh, but my grandmother used to even tell me, she used to tell me when women are married, it's the joint account, and you should have a private account under your mom, dad, or somebody close to you name that he doesn't know about, so you can put money to the side. Because if there's a mistress involved, if there's a woman involved that he's cheating on you with, or a man, it's 2025, sometimes your husband's cheating on you with a man, you don't know how much of your funds that you place in the account that he's transferring to the woman he's seeing. He keeps going to the deposit ATM, withdrawing 500, 600, $700, and you're asking him, listen, why do we keep having ATM withdrawals for 500, 600, $700 every couple of days? Oh, I'm using that money to build the warehouse, and the whole time it's going to another woman. Your hard-earned money is going to another woman. So as a woman, you have to have a separate account that you have under your mom or your dad, where you're putting up your private stash. So if something happens, you and your kids will be okay. You have to be careful when it comes to babies. Hmm. You tell that man, listen, I'm going to have one when I'm ready. It's up to my time. It's not up to you. I'm the one that will carry the child. I'm the one that will let you know when I'm ready to have one, if I decide to do so. And you have to be mean business. You have to. You have to be serious about that. I will have it when I'm ready, not when you're ready, when I'm ready, because I have to get to know you first. I knew the premarital version of you. Now I need to know the postmarital version of you. And I have to decide if you are the type of man that I would want to carry your offspring. And he's not going to like that, because it's in a position of, how much longer can I act? Yes. It doesn't matter if the guy has a bigger platform. His platform is his platform, your platform is your platform. There are no collabs between you and him. And if you're smart, you don't want no evil eye on your relationship anyways. Majority of these women that go online and have their relationships online, it always ends in chaos because of the amount of evil eye on the internet. I found out he was cheating on me and he immediately wanted to try for kids. Yeah, to lock you in, to lock you, to lock you. So you have to be very strict. You know, if you have to be on birth control for a little bit or something, take your time. Take your time. I don't care what women post online. A lot of women are cosplaying like their relationship is all perfect. They post all these pictures, these wedding pictures, these baby bumps, and boom, before you know it, 2 weeks later, it's a divorce. They go online and they act. The amount of women that I know are getting beat up by their husbands and they keep posting daddy of the year. I'm telling you, people are acting, you guys. A lot of women allow the internet to rush them, meaning you're seeing women in Turks and Caicos, you're seeing women in Jamaica, you're seeing women in Dubai, and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, I'm stuck at this 9 to 5 job. I don't have any money. Things are not going good. Every woman is traveling. I'm behind. No, you're not behind, ma'am. That woman's, you know what, hole back there is the size of a bowling ball because that's what she's using to collect funds for those trips. She can't go to the beach because if she do, the water is going to go from back there and it's going to go in her intestines. Y'all, sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying. What did I just say? That's so crazy. But is it not true? Is it not true? That's what they're doing. They're getting pooped on and everything. And you're comparing yourself to them. Girl, keep working your 9 to 5 job. Keep working your 9 to 5 job. God will bless you with something better. You know, don't give up on God because things are not working quick enough. God will work it out. Don't give up on God because it's not working fast enough. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give up on God because it's not working fast enough. Don't do that. Just wait. I feel like a lot of women, it's like, oh, they see everybody's getting married, everybody's having a child, and then you start to feel like, oh my God, am I behind? You're not behind. You're gonna make better choices. You're gonna make better choices. You are not behind. You are on time. God has a divine time for everything. You guys are comparing yourselves to these women online. You're comparing yourself to these people thinking that you don't have time. You see this person married, that person married, this person bought a home, and you're stressing yourself out because you think you're behind. You are not behind. You are on time. And if you're a believer in God, you best believe God is planning it all out. Let God do what he needs to do. And if you feel like you're behind, just make sure you're not making the same mistakes. But y'all need to please, like, stop looking out online at these people that are going online faking things, doing tax fraud. You know, they have all these nice cars doing tax fraud. You know, a woman has looks snatched after having a baby and she's selling workout plans, but she went to Dr. Lipo and got a full-blown lipo 3 months after her baby, and you're comparing your post-baby body to her post-baby body, and she's really swindling people out of money because she got surgery. Like, you guys have to wake up. Thank you, so life is not a race. You need to wake up and stop allowing this stuff to influence you to make bad choices. Y'all need to relax. God's right on time. The worst thing, what did they say? What did Pastor Joshua Selman said? You want to marry and you want to marry well. That should be your prayer. I will get married and I will marry well. Meaning you get married one time and to a great person. It's to a great person. You only gonna do it once because God's gonna get it right. And you're gonna be patient enough for him to get it right. You will only marry one time. You will not marry more than once. If you got a divorce before, that's fine. The next marriage will be the last and final because it'll be that good. It'll be with a great person. You will marry once and you will marry well. It's about marrying well. Women are not focused on marrying well. They just want to marry so they can tell everybody, hey, I'm married. No, you want to marry once and you marry well to a great man, to a great woman, to a great person that loves you, that values you, that honors you. You never want to be in a position where you're sleeping with the enemy. I'm a lesbian and I'm like, should I get with a man for a kid? Because everyone is having kids. You don't have to get with a guy to have a kid. You could have a kid on your own. My husband is abusive. Are you related to are you related to Melissa Ford from Joe Budden podcast? No. I'm not related to Melissa Ford. What do you mean? Related to Melissa Ford? No. I am not related to Melissa Ford, my dear. I know who that is. I did a video on her, but I've I'm not related to her. My husband is abusive and controlling. I've been in state 5 years. I've been working and saved my money. I saved 50K. Wow, that's a lot. Props to you. It's not easy to save $50,000. That's a lot. But scared to leave, please help. If you're scared to leave, you're gonna have to book a call. That's a conversation that's probably gonna require a lot of details. If you're scared to leave, that means something else is going on. Yes, you guys will marry and you'll marry well and you'll marry one time, one and done. Don't let anybody get in your mind forcing you and you run and you grab somebody. You're not gonna just force a guy into your life and say, well, I want to get married. And you just grab some random guy and force him into it. No. No, you're not gonna just jam a guy into your life and just jam a child into it and then you look at it and you're like, oh hell, I'm stuck. Like this is not what I expected. I can't go nowhere. I got a whole bunch of kids. Like you don't want to let that happen to you. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. You're not gonna just jam a guy into your life. A lot of you ladies, you just looking to jam somebody in. Hey, you okay? He's great. Like, no, stop that. Please stop that because you're gonna make a massive mistake. Okay, marriage, who you connect yourself to, that is one of the biggest decisions of your life. Take your time, grow, learn yourself, learn your life, make more money, get more healthy, understand yourself more, grow, develop yourself, but don't just jam some random dude into your life because you want to be a wife because all your friends are married or something like that. Don't do that. Because they're never going to tell you what they're going through offline. They're not going to tell you. They're never going to tell you that they're getting beat up. They're not going to tell you that. People always pressure me to have sex and kids because I'm getting old. You don't, then those are not your people. If they're pressuring you, those are not your people. They should be pressuring you to make sure you make the best decision. Those are not your people if they're pressuring you to have sex and kids. Girl, you can have sex in 2 minutes. It don't take that long. That's not something to be rushing. You can have sex in a blink of an eye. It's very quick. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Because I'm so annoyed with the amount of women, and I get it. Like sometimes you're lonely, sometimes you feel like you're getting older. What am I gonna do? Like I get it. You're a human as a woman, especially. You're gonna think those thoughts, but don't let them cause you to grab some random man, to jam him into your life. Like, no. And now you can't leave. You got a whole bunch of kids running around. He's lazy. Like, no. Mm-mm. Take your time, enjoy your life, travel. I always tell women, live like you already have all the stuff that you want. Like, live like you have all the stuff that's in your 4D that you desire. Live like you already have it. Be happy, enjoy the world, go out to eat, wear your best outfit. Change your hair color, do something fun, have some fun, go ride horses or something, go play golf. Enjoy life. You only get one chance. My baby daddy moved in with his girlfriend of 6 months and she has 3 kids and he only sees our $2 twice a month. Should I file child support? I think does he give you money for the kids? Does he give you money for them? A good amount? Some married friends low key envy the single. Yeah, they envy the single because you still have a chance to get it right and they don't. Not that they don't, they can always leave. But what I mean is, like, you still have the freedom to pick better. So you just have to be careful, you guys. There's really no rush. Don't let anything get to your head. There's no rush. There's no rush. And every time a guy's talking to you, make sure you have one eyebrow up like this. Please. Like, I'm not saying to be paranoid or mean. Like, have a good time. Go out, have fun, have a good time. But just, don't take it too seriously. Okay? Don't take it too the minute you start have to ask, just like, what did Shara 7 say? Shara 7 said, what did Shara 7? Shara 7 said that she don't even think about if a bad text, she wouldn't even think about if a guy is texting back or not. She wouldn't even care if he woke up that morning. Because you're busy. You're busy. You have your own life. You're busy. Like, you don't even know. You didn't even notice. But the minute you're like, oh wait, did he call me? Wait, did he text me today? The minute you get to that, you're done. The minute that starts, he got you. He already has you. The minute you start asking yourself, oh my God, wait, did he text me? Wait, did he call me? The minute you get there as a woman, you're done. He already has you. You're his at that point. He's already yours. I mean, you're already his. It's done. You're the prey. It's done. He got you. He got you. The minute that thought comes in your mind, and if it does come in your mind, you should be like, oh crap, I gotta go and desensitize this right now. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start watching some Share 7. I'm gonna watch some of Mel's attachments videos. I'm gonna call Mel for a call, but I need to get right because I'm a prey right now. The fact that I'm even feeling this way, he's already got me. I got to go put Share 7 on and put her on replay. I'm going to go to her old videos from 2011. I'm going to watch one video one by one and get into my subconscious because you're already on the cutting board. You're on the chopping board because the minute you start to think those thoughts, the attachment has already started. The attachment has started. So now, because the attachment has started, he could hurt you because you're already attached to him emotionally. So he could hurt you. So the next day, if he doesn't respond, you're going to just be angry at work, slamming doors, slamming tables, slamming drawers, slamming files because you're pissed that he didn't call you. And then you're going to keep checking your phone, keep checking his story. Once that starts, you're cooked. He's got you. He's got you. And that's when the games start. That's when they start to push and pull because they know they got you. I'm telling you, you're cooked. What's the name of your video you did on Melissa Ford? What was it called? Yeah, what was the name of the video I did on Melissa Ford? I don't remember. It was Beautiful Women. Oh, Beautiful Women Trust No One. Beautiful Women Trust No One. Um, I called my cops on my neighbor who abuses my family at night, thinks he knows it was me because my lights were the only other lights on the street. What's the name of your okay, I can answer that. I'm 18 and a virgin. How do I not get pregnant? Condoms? condoms, contraceptives, whatever you want. And next moment, he would suggest you to do something making you look like a fool. Yeah, you're cooked. Okay. The minute, how do I deal with a narcissist? You don't. You get away from them. They're evil. They're like Satan's children. You don't deal with a narcissist. um, yes. So again, like take this live as your sign to keep it pushing. Tomorrow's Thursday. We got a lot to do. We got a lot of stuff to accomplish, my dears. We don't have time to waste. Okay, so I'm closing up. I've been on here for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm closing up. I got a couple of other things I have to do. First things first, I'd like to have you guys join the Patreon if you didn't. The Patreon gives more exclusive content. Honestly, the Patreon is where I post the videos that I don't want to post on my YouTube because I feel like I'm probably going to get chewed out if I do because it's too real. So I post that on my Patreon, not my YouTube. So my Patreon is literally for the videos that I have where I'm like, oh, I don't know, this may be a little too extreme. I post those on my Patreon. So I do post some free videos. There are some of my Patreon, some of it is free. Your Level Up group Patreon, just subscribe as a free subscriber. There are some free stuff, but then there are 3 tiers. Bronze Babe Survival Guide. Bronze Babe Survival Guide. Even though I love you all, I know I have white women in here, white men, black men, Spanish women, Spanish men, all nationalities. Love you guys all. You all have a special place in my heart. You know that. But the Bronze Babe Survival Tribe is a private group. It's only $35 a month where I post content regarding black women. Like, for example, one of the videos I have on there is black women can't have standards. So I have certain non-conventional uh talking points on my Bronze Babe Survival Guide Patreon. Okay, that is for black women specifically, because the reason why I said that is because there's a lot of people in the past on certain platforms, not going to say the word. There's a lot of people on certain platforms that when they start talking about things to educate black women and open up black women's eyes, they end up getting censored or something like that. It's like they don't want black women to know about certain things. So in that Bronze Babe Survival Guide, I talk about how black women can't have standards, you know, how black women offend people by being classy, how to operate in the world, how black women can't really be open and about what they're doing, just a bunch of tips that I think black women need to know in order to survive certain spaces. Because for black women, things are different. Things are just very different in regards to the rules are different for you, right? So that's the Bronze Babe Survival Tribe. Video get posted like every 3 days. I have Entrepreneur Land, I think is what I call. That's another tier for entrepreneurs. If you're a current entrepreneur, you're a business owner, a lot of business owners have a completely different reality than most people, because when you're a business owner, you actually work longer, harder, and a lot more than someone who works a 9 to 5. So it just gives us, this channel will give you tools and access like other business owners and stuff to, like, it's like a good group. And then my favorite one is the Secret Circle. So the Secret Circle is a private group where I talk about everything is really about escaping from the masses, like separating yourself from the masses, separating yourself from the collective, like different mental things. I did a video on there about the spirit of riches, getting rid of trauma that's in your DNA spiritually. It's a lot of like spiritual, metaphysical, practical. My favorite tier out of all the tiers is the Secret Circle. And that one is going to be capped at 35. Right now it's at 23. So whoever else wants to join that, once it hits 35, I'm not allowing anymore. Because it's just the Secret Circle, so it's very exclusive. I'm capping that. If you want to join that, I post videos on there like maybe every 2 or 3 days or so, but the videos are very good and very deep. Not long. Long does not mean deep. I feel like I'm very clear and concise. I don't feel like I have to upload 2 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute video on YouTube or anything. I get my point across very quickly. Outside of lives and classes, I don't think it's necessary for me to do that. I can get my point across fast. And the reason why I purposefully don't post long videos, because I feel like some people, you just want to hear me talk. You're not really catching the message. So if it's short, you like hearing me talk, but it forces you to catch the message, or it forces you to replay the video over again. That's why I purposefully don't do long videos, because I want you to not fall in love with, okay, I just love hearing Mel's voice. No, I want you to catch the message. But my lives, you can play that in the background when you're cooking and cleaning or whatever. Because lives is kind of just like a chill vibe. So the secret circle is one of the tiers, and then the general like free access one. So that's that. Coming up master classes, September 14th is Defeat Social Awkwardness Part 2. And September 21st is Emotional Intelligence Part 1. Um, Video I watched was Deep and Real. What video, Jordan? From the Secret Circle? Oh, you're subscribed to that? Cool. I'm going to be posting a lot more on the Patreon for the Secret Circle and stuff, you guys. It's just, I've been juggling a lot, but those videos are very deep. The reason why I don't post that often on the Secret Circle is because the messages are like, I needed to hit your psyche. So I post on the Secret Circle based on whatever download I get. Whatever deep download I get is for the secret circle. So I'm not just posting just to post on there. Like I'm going to post something because it needs to hit your soul and your spirit. So that's why it's not as much. Okay, so that's that. Master classes, talked about that. Mentee, still doing mentee interviews. That's that. What else? Children of the Light. Make sure you guys are subscribed to that. And that's all I have for you guys. Love you guys. This was a long live. I'm tired and sweaty, as you can see from all the lights. You guys have a good night, okay? Bye, my dears.